Welcome back, everyone. Today we are continuing working on the progression system. So I had a bit of an epiphany last night on how I want to kind of handle things because the way it's currently set up with these jump gates is a bit annoying. It would be annoying to build something so expensive just to progress a couple of levels. So we are doing something called jump keys. So jump keys are kind of like the stars from Super Mario 64, how basically you're gated based on the number of stars that you have, so you won't have access to the more difficult and later on levels simply because you don't have enough stars slash jump keys. So that's what we're going to be coding today. I have no idea how long this is going to take or if it's even going to work. The first thing I got to figure out is whether or not I can save boolean data. So it doesn't look like I'm actually doing anything like that yet. So this is the player data script. So whenever your player character saves, this is everything that saves. It's just quantities of pretty much everything that you have. So we'll start with our first test subject here. This is jump keys, actually boolean data. And we'll save that. We don't have to actually save this data as anything. I just want to make sure I can load and pull this data. Actually, I will make an example somewhere. All right, here's the awake method and a bunch more stuff I'm not using at all. Here's all the input stuff, input shenanigans. I'm going to make another section down here. We'll call this progression. And I'm lazy. I don't want to have to actually do all that again. End progression. All right, what are we going to put in here? We're going to do just a basic. If we're saving it though, this was how I was going to handle it before, but we're not doing that anymore. Go away. Yeah, it should be fine. All right, private bool jump gate jump key. Well, yeah, these will have to be public if the other guys are going to be reading it. Unless I use a property, but we're not going to do all the... Actually, we do have to do all the property stuff. Oh, man, that's right. All of this has to be set using properties. Because basically, you have you're going to have an int. And this one can be private. Nope, it's got to be public. Okay, no, we'll do properties for everything. That's fine. All right, so you have a number of jump keys. Jump key count. And then we'll do a public property, public int, jump key count. All right. I don't remember if I'm doing that right. I've only recently gotten into properties. Return underscore jump key count. This looks like it could work. All right, I should probably check to make sure I'm doing this right. Constructor actually doesn't have any constructors in it. Where did I use this? Actually, health script has the most constructors that I used most recently. This one has a bazillion constructors. Yeah, I did that right. Okay, cool. So basically, we're gonna need to handle certain things. when this is called. So if value double equal to underscore jump key count, just go back. Well, that's how I usually handle it, and then I will have a method to update the UI thing over here. Not a jump bridge, we just want standard jump key. If I could streamline these, that might be really nice. This is boolean type jump key. We're going to use this to blow that up a little bit. Okay, it's basically got to be the same as the other one. Return underscore jump key, and in the setter, okay, it's the exact same with the exception. We'll see why we're doing this later. It'll make more sense probably. To be completely honest, I hardly know what I'm doing myself. All right, underscore jump key is equal to the new value that was passed in. All right, so whenever this changes, we're going to add 1 to the jump key count. So basically, you completed a level, and your total number of jump keys is going to go up by 1. So what this is doing is if you collect the same key, it's going to return. It's not going to update the jump key count. So if you accidentally or on purpose grab the exact same key that you already have, you're not going to gain any additional keys. That's what the whole point of that is. So in the player data, we have this boolean that we're trying to save, public bool jump key. When we jump key is the data is equal to player dot jump key. So we'll get the jump key, which is a boolean data, true or false, in the player controller. When we load the player, load player, this is where we load all of the data from this script, is being all plugged right back in to our player controller. So jump key, the first jump key, is equal to data.jump key. And this will automatically update my jump key count. In order to see jump key count, we're gonna have to serialize it because I still want this to be private. Yeah. All right, that should do it. So whenever I make player data, I'm gonna load something I already have. Right now, all the stuff is not encrypted for the time being. But obviously when I release it, all of this stuff's going to be encrypted. It's just JSON files, which is easy to get into all this stuff. Basic binary password. I mean, there's nothing crazy going on here. We don't have a key for our jump key stuff. So we're going to see if this can save booleans. If this can save boolean data, then we're going to be looking real pretty. Okay, cool. We'll load, save, have another look at it. I'll have to close that though. It might help if I had a controller plugged in, right? Yeah, for right now, the game actually does not work with mouse and keyboard, but that's okay. We're gonna load one of our characters, and since we're working on Gabe, caps really doesn't matter all that much here. It's just however you want your name to show up in the top left. So if you use caps, it'll show up there. So save the player data. And stop it. Have a look, see what happened. Yep, looks like we can absolutely serialize and save jump key data. Now that needs a default value. The default value is almost always false, but you can't always rely on that, right? Alright, so now we have jump key data. If I modify my save file, when I load it back, I should have one jump key. That's what we're going for. Players. New player does not exist yet. Who is crashing out there? Look for the bottom of the player controller. The very, very bottom is where all the new jump key stuff is. Jump key count 0. So, bro, what is this FPS? Editor, please. Jump key count is now 1. We have 1 jump key. Cool. It's absolutely working. So we also have all of this UI stuff going on. We're going to want to display the number of jump keys to the player, and I'm only going to want that to come up when we open up the stat, all the stats over here on the right. So I want the jump keys to also be shown with all the materials. I might put it like up here or something like that. Okay, this is actually going really good. This is fantastic. So in the player prefab, how are we going to display this to the player? We're going to need a reference to GUI jump key count. We're going to make something like that. This is not the player controller. Search for our GUIs. GUI items are up here. Alright. Public text mesh pro GUI jump key count. Alright. We'll have to assign that in the inspector just because there's so many GUIs and I've been manually doing everything. Alright. We have a method called leaderboard updater, I believe. It's leaderboard something. If we follow the train, no GUI. Alright, here's all the leaderboard modes. It's assuming that there's going to be something existing for all of these, which is 100% true since the player is a prefab. I don't have to really worry about it all that much. Activates the mineral UIs on and do validation until I get something in there. If GUI jump key count not equal to garbage, then GUI jump key count dot game object dot set active to true. We're gonna need to have a nested if. I only want to activate it and on no GUI we'll disable it. Alright, that looks good. Now, when we update our jump key count, right, we're gonna have to update the GUI. So whenever this changes, if this value ever changes, then we will update GUI. So if do it again here, I can probably do that. GUI jump key count dot text. It's equal to the new text. Actually, they have a better method, set text. Set text to string data, right? Jump key count dot toString, jump key count. No. Count dot toString. Boom, done. So the GUI will update, if you have a GUI updates to the new number of jump keys. So we're gonna have a look at this and set up the player controller to do this. And off screen, I'm gonna have to do this like 100 times because I want like 100 levels at least. So all of that's gonna be done off screen for sure. This is what the player looks like. There used to be a minimap, but the minimap was it was costing me like 3 milliseconds just to render an additional camera. So each additional camera, you lose like 3 FPS, and I'm like, yeah, it's really not worth it. You really don't need a minimap in this game. I mean, you have a coordinate system. I mean, Minecraft doesn't give you shit. No map, no nothing. You got your coordinates, and it's all about you really need. So we have GUI stuff going on over here. I'll duplicate this 2 more times because these are just GUI text thingies. We'll kind of center it right like there. This is GUI text for jump key text. We'll name it that. And jump keys. This text is huge. Why are you so big? This is massively annoying. Okay, not that small. Semicolon. That's looking good. This will not move. Jump keys will never exceed 100. So what we're at 0.7. Maximum number of jump keys. We'll set that here. Make it snap to the right. So you can be centered, but then snap to the left side. I lied. Okay, jump keys. This is your number of jump keys. On start, yeah, we're gonna actually leave this to empty string because that's gonna create problems. Okay, this should be set up. So this is jump key. This is what the actual thing is going to be looking for. We have to assign it in the inspector, so all of our GUIs are over here. No, that's aren't GUIs. Jump key count will actually be this one. And that should do it. Just like that. Jump keys, looks like no GUI. No GUI is not affecting. Oh, jump key text. Jump key text. It's like, yeah, we're, see how these all say text? Alright, this music's popping a little too hard. Alright, jump key text. We'll have to serialize that as well. No GUI. Did it just change songs? It changed songs on me. Okay, no GUI. Here's jump key count. We're gonna need another one for jump key text. Jump key text or jump key count text? Count text, okay. Alright, duplicate it in the more detailed GUI here. Jump key count text, not equal to null, update this. Jump key count text, boom, shakalaka, assign it in the inspector. Assign it in the inspector. Okay, we have another one. Where are you? Jump key count text for sure. And he can be found here. Jump key text. Alright. Try again, try again. That's not what I wanted to do. Hey, okay, nice. Looks good, looking good. We have fucking no jump keys, which is fantastic. So when I load my character, that number should change. That number better change. We're gonna be fighting. Boom! We have one jump key now. That looks a little bit too close. I'll put an icon up there too to make it look cooler. But I haven't created the icon yet. It's the only reason I haven't done it. Something that's gonna be a little bit more problematic is you see this says player 1 cam. So that's the camera calling. This creates problems when you have two players. If I plug in the other controller, you'll see. Because then their camera is going to be picking up the other player's jump key count. It's going to look awful. Watch this shit. If I can plug in my... Alright, you see there's the jump keys there. And if I come up this way, I can probably... I don't know. Either way, I know it's going to create problems, so I have to fix it. There's 8 player prefabs. Each one of them has their own camera calling. So player 1 doesn't need any overrides. See, player 1 cam is going to be fine, but player 2, all the canvases are on player 2 cam. So he's going to need to be changed. And same for all the other ones. Like, it's actually a bigger pain in the ass to make a split screen game than it is to make like an online game. And that's probably why you don't see split screen games anymore. Also, they perform worse. Literally just each camera that you have rendered is just going to make your performance go down and down. So I think that's why they did away with split screen games. I'm not totally against it, but creating an online game is not easy. It's the reason why I'm not doing it at the moment. I've already tried and failed, so I will probably try again in the future. I'm not going to give up that easily. I think that's pretty much it. Let's do one more. Let's see if we can streamline this process. So we have our jump keys should be near the bottom here. I want to streamline this, but kind of like a lambda expression. If I can do that, I would be really happy. Anyone like looking at this code probably lose their fucking mind. Like, what the hell did you do? But we're gonna have like 100 of these. 100 of these get and set things. So yeah, I'm sure there are plenty of coders looking at me right now like, no, what are you doing? The readability is fucking impossible to read what's going on here. And yeah, I know. That's why there aren't any other coders on this team. Jump key 1, 1, 1, 1. Jump key count is fine. So we have 2 jump keys now. Player data. Data.x. Alright. Public bool jump key 2. Equal to false. Yeah, because player has jump key. Oh, it says jump key 1. Jump key 1. Jump key 1. Let's not be stupid about this. Let's not confuse ourselves at the very beginning. Okay, duplicate. Jump key 1 is equal to player.jump key 1. Done. What's wrong with you? Does not exist. Bullshit. Capital, weirdo. Okay. There it is. We'll have 2 cases for jump keys. The data has not been filled out yet for jump key 1. So we'll have to fill it out. Alright, we have our new number of jump keys. Save player data. Check, make sure nothing stupid happened. Jump key 1's false. Nice. Stop. Edit our data. So we've completed levels 1 and 2, so we should have 2 jump keys when we get back in here. Oi, oi. What happened? Did I not save it? Huh. Jump key 1. They're both true. It loaded. It says I still only have 1 jump key, which doesn't make any sense. Should be impossible. Scroll all the way down to jump key count. Yep, says 1. Player data. Edits jump key 1. Oh, it did not. Oh, the load data. The load data, dude. There's like, there's so many areas. There's so many places this can go wrong. Okay, when I load player, I have to also update jump key 2. And I have to do this like 100 times. For every level that I'm gonna create, I'm gonna have to do this. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh! Yeah, so it's kind of like, this is definitely spaghetti code. It's bouncing all over the place. Yeah, not the biggest fan, but you know, most of this code's over a year old, and I have not changed it. A lot of stuff did get changed, like multiple times for efficiency purposes. But nah, alright, let's try this again. Alright, we got 2 jump keys now. Sweet! Yeah, I think that wraps it up. So I'm gonna keep going here for like the next 8 hours, and, trying to finish this. Implement a way to actually activate the jump keys. Activate the jump gates. So the jump gates might have a console on them that will read how many. This song sucks. Nah, dude. We're gonna switch to Ace Combat 5 music. This game was nuts. Okay, this jump gate's automatically open. There's no need to interact with it. This one is closed and is unlocked by defeating the asteroids. However, for using jump keys, when you defeat the asteroids, instead of doing that, it will drop you a jump key. It will drop a jump key that you have to pick up. Where the hell is the jump key gonna drop from? Maybe the last enemy you kill, I'll have it drop from him. So right now, in system, we have this node, we have this jump bridge federation. The weather has this jump bridge, this toggle target. So if the jump bridge is off, if I turn it on, the toggle target will turn it off, and vice versa. So we can remove that. Jump bridge no longer needs a toggle target. And we can keep this as off, but we'll need to create a console for the jump bridge. I'm trying to think, how do I want to handle this, because these jump bridges are, they get rotated in every which way direction, as you can see. So then the console will be sideways. Am I okay with that? Am I okay with the console being sideways? I'm not sure yet. But yeah, I'll get on that. Well, we'll come back to this. Until the next time, guys.